Stop the intro. Stop. Hang on. There is going to be some jackwagon down in the comments on this video saying it is clickbait. I assure you, it is not. We are going to see hundreds of canceled cruises, not the actual itinerary, but the rooms, the individuals on the cruise will be canceled as a result of something we're going to talk about in this video. Stay tuned and let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and it is Friday, the day you have all been waiting for. It is giveaway day. We've got cruise news. We also have the largest cruise YouTuber on YouTube has reached out today to let me know that Midships will be going on one of his special lists. So stick around. I'll tell you all about that. Let's get right into the giveaway. I'm going to give you the rules that you need to know and follow to be eligible to win our prizes. Now, for today's prizes, we have a set of 4 towel bands. These are perfect for slipping over the back of your lounge chair out on deck on the ships to keep it from blowing away. We all know how windy it gets up on the top deck. For the second prize, we have a pair of CPass lanyard holders. These are very special lanyard holders. Just take your CPass, slide it right down into the plastic insert, and you'll be good to go. Now, to win these items, you have to be a subscriber to the Midships channel. You also need to be 18 years or older and live in the United States. No one is sponsoring this contest except for me, Midships, as a thank you to my viewers. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. To win this item, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. You have to leave a comment below this video. And in the comment, you just need to let me know your favorite cruise ship of all time, the ship that you would most like to sail on. So comment below. This contest is not sponsored by YouTube, and it will run until 12 noon Eastern on August 25th. So to enter, comment below your favorite ship until noon Eastern, August 25th. So as I mentioned earlier, I received an email this morning from the most prominent YouTube cruise channel. That is Gary Bembridge's Tips for Travelers. And I want to thank Gary for reaching out and letting us know he's going to be including Midships in his list of all known cruise YouTube channels. And so if you would like to take a look at the list, please go ahead and check down below. If you're like me and you love cruise content, this list is a fantastic resource to find out some new cruise YouTube channels, and there's going to be some in there that you absolutely love. I would highly suggest checking out the Island Time channel, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Gary Bembridge as a thank you. Now let's get into some cruise news. In today's cruise news, we're going to talk to you about cruises restarting on both the west and the east coast of the US. Also, we have to dig into these new protocols coming out of the Bahamas yesterday that are going to affect lots and lots of passengers, and I think we're really going to see a big cancellation day for a lot of people. So stay tuned. We'll give you all the information we can so you can find out if you might be affected by this. Now, did you ever want to know what the weather is at Perfect Day at CocoCay? Well, Midships is going to show you how you can find out anytime you would like. And New York is about to be home to one of the largest cruise ships ever built. All of that coming up next on Midships. Let's begin by talking about cruise ships restarting on both coasts of the U.S. From Cruise Critic's Aaron Saunders, cruises restart on 2 coasts this weekend with sailings from New Jersey and California. The great cruise restart continues this weekend as the first ships to set sail from New Jersey and California since the start of the global health pandemic will set sail. On the West Coast, Carnival Cruise Line is resuming its popular Mexican Riviera sailings from Long Beach aboard Carnival's Panorama. And out on the East Coast, Royal Caribbean will operate its first voyage, actually a test cruise, from Cape Liberty, New Jersey, aboard the iconic Oasis of the Seas. It's the first ship to resume operations from New York since the start of the global health pandemic some 18 months ago. Don't forget that Oasis of the Seas. We're going to touch on her a little bit more later on in today's episode, but let's get into the big scary thing that I think you and I and everybody are most worried about, because obviously the Midships family cares about your cruise happening. And we've got some news out of the Bahamas that may interrupt that. In an article from Spectrum News 13 by Christine Zizo, Bahamas government cruise guests must be vaccinated in order to visit. Orlando, Florida. Cruising to the Bahamas will require being fully vaccinated against COVID starting on September 3rd, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas decreed on Thursday. The updated declaration says no ship will be allowed to enter a port without handing over the ship's manifest that discloses crew and passenger vaccination status. Any passenger 12 or older will need to have been vaccinated. Unvaxxed passengers or crew will be allowed, but they must have a medical excuse. This order will last through November 1st. So this is going to clash with that Florida law that says you can't ask for vaccination status. Well, guess what? We've got cruise lines folding like dominoes over this new decision coming out of the Bahamas. We're going to touch on that and tell you line by line which cruise lines have already agreed to follow this new decree. So in an article from cruisecritic.com by Christine Gray Faust, we're going to look line by line at the new rules going into effect on September 3rd for cruise lines going out of the United States. Carnival. We are already essentially complying with the intent of the new Bahamian law, a spokesperson said. 95% of the passengers on Carnival ships currently are already vaccinated. The cruise line asks passengers to fill out an application for an exemption if they are unvaccinated, and these are reviewed 2 weeks before each cruise. Sock Celebrity. Celebrity Cruises policy is already in line with the Bahamas requirement. MSC is going to go through some big changes here, so pay attention if you're on Meraviglia or Divina. I know we're coming up on Divina on September 30th, so Midships is actually going to have to comply with these new rules. MSC Cruises. The line has posted a statement on their Facebook that says, for all MSC Meraviglia and Divina sailings beginning September 3rd through and including all sailings of October 31st departures from Port Miami or Port Canaveral, the Bahamas has announced new protocols requiring all visitors 12 and up to be vaccinated. MSC Cruises will now be requiring all guests 12 years and older to be fully vaccinated on all sailings beginning September 3rd. All fully vaccinated guests will be asked to present their original CDC vaccination card at the pier upon embarkation. Photocopies or photos of vaccination cards will not be accepted. Guests will be considered fully vaccinated if they have received their second dose in a 2-dose series, such as Pfizer or Moderna, or their single dose, such as the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, at least 14 days prior to their cruise. Currently, the CDC does not recognize mixed combinations of COVID vaccines to be fully vaccinated. If you are unwilling or unable to provide proof of vaccination, you will be denied boarding. So MSC coming down hard to follow these new Bahamian rules. Let's talk Royal Caribbean. It's going to be a similar policy here. We have a statement from Royal Caribbean. Today, the Bahamas issues a new policy that requires all guests 12 and up to be vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. To comply with this requirement, our vaccine policy for guests 12 and up departing from Florida must now match these requirements in place. The updated policy will be as follows. For any cruises departing the U.S. visiting the Bahamas on or after September 3rd, guests 12 or older must provide proof of vaccination in order to sail. This applies even to itineraries that include a stop at Perfect Day at CocoCay. So, Royal Caribbean, MSC Cruises, jumping on the vaccine mandate bandwagon as a result of these new protocols coming out of the Bahamas. So, if you have sailings after September 3rd on MSC or Royal Caribbean, there's a good chance if you're not vaccinated, your cruise not going to happen. So that's the cancellation watch that you need to be aware of. In an article from cruisefever.com's Ben Souza, we're going to take a look at how the cruise lines are responding to the unvaccinated cruisers that will now no longer be able to cruise to the Bahamas. So let's jump over and take a look at this response by the cruise lines. Several cruise lines have announced that passengers will be able to receive a full refund if they do not wish to follow the new vaccine protocols. Right now, it only pertains to cruises porting in the Bahamas in September and October. But as with everything dealing with COVID, this is subject to change. Let's get specific. Royal Caribbean said guests who had a cruise booked in September to the Bahamas and do not wish to comply with the new vaccine mandates can receive a full refund, or they can move their sailing into the future when circumstances may have changed. Okay, let's check MSC's response. MSC is also giving guests a full refund for those who are booked on a Bahamas cruise over the next 2 months and are not fully vaccinated. To receive your refund, call MSC Cruises at the number below. If you book directly through the cruise lines, or contact your travel agent or booking provider if you've booked elsewhere. So there we go. We've got refunds and cancellations as a result of this new Bahamas mandate that I introduced to you yesterday. If you don't want to miss information and news like this to help you react and stay safe and have the best vacation possible, please subscribe to the Midships channel. Don't forget to comment below about your favorite cruise ship of all time to be entered to win our giveaway. Now, let's talk about how you can find out the weather at perfect day at CocoCay. From RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, their founder, Matt Hochberg, reports that you can now check just how perfect the weather is anytime you'd like at the private island for Royal Caribbean, perfect day at CocoCay. And that is because they have recently installed a new weather station on top of their giant slide structure. And right on top of it is a brand new weather station that you can access through a link I'm going to pin in the comment section. This is for their personal weather station on the Weather Underground website. And I'll actually show you what this link opens here so you can see that right now it's 84 degrees, feels like 93 with a nice southern wind about 6 miles per hour. Sounds like a perfect day at CocoCay. Oh man, that was cheesy. Now, let's talk about New York City, baby. New York is about to be home to one of the world's largest cruise ship, from thepointsky.com's Gene Sloan. There's a milestone moment coming this weekend in the cruising world, one that has been mostly overlooked amidst the flurry of cruise restarts and cancellations. Royal Caribbean's famously giant Oasis of the Seas will begin sailings on Sunday, August 22nd out of the New York City area's Cape Liberty cruise port. The ship measures 226,838 tons. The Oasis of the Sea will be by far the largest vessel to ever sail out of this region. So this absolutely monstrous Oasis of the Seas is coming to the northeast of the United States, going to serve passengers in New York, New Jersey, all of the above. She is from 2009 when she was first unveiled. Absolutely beautiful Oasis class ship. Now, if you never want to miss another episode of Midships, please get subscribed. And until next time, we will see you on the Midships.